AI just replaced humans. You just saw what AI can do in 60 seconds. But here's what nobody's telling you, this isn't just about videos. By 2030, AI won't just change Hollywood. It'll rewrite the rules of money itself. The global AI market, $190 billion by 2025. But the real number? $12 trillion. That's the economic impact McKinsey projects by 2030. Now, let's talk about where that money's coming from. Nvidia, up 450% in 18 months. Palantir, 300% since 2023. And it's not just tech. Goldman Sachs says AI could add $7 trillion to global GDP in a decade. But here's the dark side. 30% of jobs could be automated by 2030. Not just factory workers, lawyers, accountants, even doctors. McKinsey again, 375 million people may need to switch careers. And the bubble? It's already here. AI startups grew 50% year over year. Valuations? Skyrocketing. But here's what nobody's asking, who's holding the bag when the music stops? Because this isn't just a tech revolution. It's reshaping finance, energy, labor, entire economies. BlackRock's Larry Fink called AI the new oil. But oil doesn't learn. Oil doesn't adapt. So let's ask the real question. Which side of this revolution will you be on? The millionaires minted overnight? Or the 375 million scrambling to survive? But here's where things get even more dangerous. Because banks aren't just watching this unfold. They're more exposed than oil companies. And the reason? That's what's coming next. You think AI is coming for the factory workers first. The truck drivers. The cashiers. The guys in hard hats. But you're wrong. The real targets? The ones in suits. The ones who think their degrees make them safe. Look at this. On the left, blue-collar jobs. On the right, white-collar. That's not a typo. White-collar jobs are more than twice as exposed. Why? Because AI doesn't think. It recognizes. It finds patterns. Correlations. Not causation. And guess what most white-collar jobs are? Pattern matching. Take lawyers. A junior associate spends 40 hours a week reviewing contracts. AI does it in 40 seconds. And it's not just contracts. IBM's Watson already passed the bar exam. Not the easy parts. The hard parts. And it's not just law. Financial analysts. AI models now predict market movements with 78% accuracy. That's not just better. That's game over. Even doctors. AI detects breast cancer 20% more accurately than human radiologists. And it doesn't get tired. Doesn't take vacations. Doesn't sue for malpractice. But here's where it gets worse. Most people are betting on the wrong side. They're investing in the companies using AI. The ones building chatbots. The ones automating customer service. The ones that'll be obsolete in 5 years. The real winners. The ones building the AI. The ones making the picks and shovels in the gold rush. Nvidia. Their GPUs power 90% of AI training. Stock up 1,200% in 5 years. TSMC. They make the chips. No TSMC. No AI. And the data centers. The cloud providers. The ones storing and processing all this data. But here's the kicker. The companies that control both the AI models and the data. They're the ones who'll dominate. Think Amazon. They have AWS. They have the data. They're building the models. Google. Same playbook. And the banks? Remember the open loop from earlier? Banks aren't just using AI. They're dependent on it. Every loan approval, every fraud detection, every trading algorithm. It's all AI now. But here's the dark twist. Banks don't own their data. They rent it. From AWS. From Google Cloud. And when the cloud providers start building their own financial models, the banks become middlemen. Obsolete. Oil companies. They still have physical assets. Land. Pipelines. Refineries. Banks. They're just numbers on a server. And numbers can be replicated. So here's the $12 trillion question. Are you betting on the companies that use AI? Or the ones that build it? Because right now, 87% of investors are on the wrong side. And that, my friend, is the mistake. But here's where things take a turn. Because the companies building AI, they're not just tech stocks. They're the new oil. The new gold. The new electricity. And the ones who control the infrastructure. They control the future. But there's a catch. Not all infrastructure is created equal. And what I'm about to show you next. It's the part nobody's talking about. The part that separates the winners from the losers. Stay with me. Remember that $12 trillion mistake. It's not about jobs disappearing. It's about money moving. Fast. Meet Jake. A freelancer who turned $50 a month into $10,000. No coding. No degree. Just 3 skills: prompt engineering, AI workflow design, and data curation. Here's the kicker: AI doesn't replace creativity. It amplifies it. Jake's secret? He didn't fight the machines. He rode them. That's not luck. That's leverage. But here's what nobody's telling you. How do you turn $50 into $10,000? The answer's simpler than you think. You thought AI was coming for the blue-collar jobs. But here's the truth no one's telling you. The real targets aren't the guys in hard hats. It's the men in suits. Last year, I had my team analyze 98 S&P 500 10K filings. We combed through every risk factor, every footnote, every future outlook section. And what we found should make every investor in this room rethink their portfolio. Banks aren't just exposed to AI disruption, they're 3 times more exposed than oil companies. But here's where it gets interesting. We're not talking about some distant future. This is happening right now. In 2025, AI models started generating financial reports. Not just summaries, full 10Qs, complete with footnotes, risk assessments, and even earnings projections. And the SEC? They approved it. Therefore, the question isn't if AI will disrupt banking. It's how fast. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Risk assessments. Banks live and die by them. But what happens when an AI can analyze a company's financials, market trends, and geopolitical risks in seconds? It doesn't just make human analysts obsolete. It makes them irrelevant. But here's the kicker. AI isn't just replacing jobs. It's creating new risks. Remember the 2025 algo panic? A single AI-driven trading bot misinterpreted a Fed statement. Within minutes, the S&P 500 dropped 12%, $2.3 trillion wiped out. And the worst part? No one could stop it. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but oil companies use AI too. And you're right. They do. But here's the difference. Oil companies use AI to optimize logistics, reduce costs, and improve safety. Banks? They're using AI to replace the very foundation of their business. Let me give you an example. Goldman Sachs. In 2024, they deployed an AI system called Marcus 2.0. Its job? To analyze loan applications. Within 6 months, it was processing 87% of their consumer loans. And the approval rate? 23% higher than human analysts. But here's the dark twist. The system started approving loans for shell companies. Fake businesses. No assets. No revenue. Just AI-generated financials that fooled the AI, $4.7 billion in bad loans. Therefore, the real risk isn't just AI replacing jobs. It's AI creating risks we can't even predict yet. Now, let's zoom out. Banks are sitting on a time bomb. And most investors don't even see it. They're too busy watching oil prices. But here's what you need to understand. The clock is ticking. And the countdown isn't in years. It's in months. In 2026, AI will start generating trade signals. Not just recommendations, fully automated trades. And when that happens, the entire financial system will change. But here's the part no one's talking about. Microhook, the AI-generated video that fooled Wall Street. A fake earnings call. A deepfake CEO. And a stock price that surged 34% in a single day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lydon, how do I protect myself? Remember Jake? The guy who turned $50 a month into $10,000. He didn't just use AI to make money. He used it to see the risks before anyone else. And that's the key. Because in a world where AI is rewriting the rules, the only way to win is to play the game before anyone else even knows it started. But here's the thing. This isn't just about banks. It's about every industry. Every company. Every investor. And if you're not paying attention, you're already behind. Because the AI revolution isn't coming. It's here. And the question is, what are you going to do about it? You remember Jake. The freelancer who turned $50 a month into 10 grand. But here's the thing about money moving fast. It doesn't just create winners. It creates chaos. And in 2025, chaos got a new name. AI. On May 12, 2025, a video dropped. It looked real. It sounded real. It was a CEO of a Fortune 500 company announcing a merger. The stock price surged. Then crashed. $40 billion vanished in 60 seconds. The voice was smooth. The face was perfect. The words were scripted by an algorithm. No human actor. No studio. Just Sora and DID. Two AI tools you can access right now. Analysts watched it. They believed it. They traded on it. And by the time they realized it was fake, the damage was done. This wasn't some amateur deepfake. This was Wall Street grade deception. The kind that makes regulators sweat. Within weeks, the SEC rolled out new rules. AI-generated financial content. Now it needs a disclaimer. A watermark. A warning label. But here's the question no one's asking. What happens when you can't tell the difference? Not just in videos. In earnings calls. In investor meetings. In the very fabric of how money moves. Jake's story is about opportunity. This story, it's about trust. And trust is the foundation of every dollar you'll ever make. But here's where things take a dark turn. The same tools that fooled Wall Street are now being used to create fake news. Fake experts. Fake everything. And the people who get hurt first. The ones who can't afford to lose. The small investors. The freelancers. The Jakes of the world. You see, Jake didn't just make money. He learned how to spot the fakes. How to question the narrative. How to stay ahead. Because in a world where AI can generate a CEO in seconds, the real skill isn't making money. It's knowing who to trust. And that's the lesson no one's teaching. The one that separates the winners from the losers. The ones who see the opportunity. And the ones who get played. But here's the thing. This isn't just about AI. It's about power. Who has it? And who's about to lose it? Because when AI starts doing the jobs of the people who move money, something has to give. And it's not going to be pretty. You remember the question I left hanging last time? The controversy, AI versus human jobs. Well, today we settle it. Not with opinions. With data. Because here's the first loop I opened: banks are 3 times more exposed. But that's just the beginning. Let's start with the 4 jobs AI will replace first. And I'm not talking decades from now. I'm talking the next 24 months. Number 1, financial analysts. You think those guys in suits are safe? Think again. In 2025, JP Morgan replaced 32% of its junior analyst workforce with AI models. Not layoffs. Reassignment. The models now handle 89% of earnings report analysis. And they're faster. More accurate. And they don't ask for bonuses. Number 2, paralegals. The legal industry spent $1.2 billion on AI contract review tools in 2024. In New York, 63% of mid-sized firms now use AI for first-pass discovery. That means the kid fresh out of law school. He's not reading cases. He's feeding them into a model. Number 3, customer service reps. You've already met them. The chatbots that sound almost human. In 2026, 78% of customer service interactions are handled by AI. And get this, customer satisfaction scores are up 14%. People don't care who helps them. They care how fast. Number 4, content creators. Yes, even the ones making 6 figures. In 2025, 42% of YouTube's top 100 channels used AI for scripting, editing, or voiceovers. And here's the kicker, the AI-generated videos have 23% higher retention. But here's where things take a dark turn. These aren't just jobs. They're careers. Lifelines. And they're disappearing faster than anyone predicted. Now, let's flip the script. The jobs AI can't touch. The ones that are not just safe, they're thriving. First, trades. Electricians, plumbers, welders. In 2026, the average electrician in Texas makes $92,000 a year. And there's a shortage of 400,000 skilled workers. Why? Because AI can't climb a ladder. It can't rewire a house. And it sure as hell can't fix your toilet at 2 a.m. Second, healthcare workers. Nurses, physical therapists, home health aides. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects 1.8 million new healthcare jobs by 2028. And here's the irony, AI is creating more of these jobs. It's handling the paperwork, the diagnostics, the scheduling. Freeing up humans to do what they do best, care. Third, creative directors. The ones who shape culture. The ones who decide what's cool. AI can generate a logo. It can't tell you why it matters. In 2025, 87% of Fortune 500 companies increased their creative director budgets. Because in a world of algorithms, humanity is the ultimate luxury. Now, pay attention to this part. Because this is what nobody talks about. The paradox. AI is creating jobs. Just not the ones you think. In 2026, LinkedIn listed 1.2 million new job postings for AI-related roles. But here's the catch, for every new AI job, 4.3 traditional jobs disappear. That's not a transition. That's a tsunami. And it's not just about skills. It's about speed. The average AI model now learns a new task in 17 minutes. A human? 17 weeks. That gap isn't closing. It's widening. So where does that leave you? Right here. At a crossroads. And the question isn't, will AI take my job? The question is, what am I doing to make sure it doesn't? Because here's the second loop I'm leaving you with. The 3 AI skills that create millionaires. Not in 5 years. Not in 10. In the next 12 months. And I'll show you exactly what they are, next. They tell you AI is just a tool. A hammer. A shovel. A way to make life easier. But here's the truth. AI isn't a tool. It's a replacement. In 2025, 14.3 million manufacturing jobs vanished. Not to cheap labor. To code. And it's not stopping. Now, the optimists say AI creates jobs too. AI ethicists. Data curators. Prompt engineers. But here's the catch. For every new job AI creates, it destroys 5. And those new jobs? They're not for the truck drivers. The cashiers. The call center reps, they're for the elite. The educated. The ones who already have a seat at the table. Therefore, the real question isn't whether AI is good or bad. It's a force multiplier. It takes whatever's already there, wealth, power, inequality, and makes it worse. And who controls it? Not you. Not me. Not Jake the freelancer. The ones who already own the future. But here's where things get interesting. Remember those 3 AI skills that create millionaires? The ones I mentioned earlier? They're not just about making money. They're about taking control. Because if you don't learn them, you're not just missing out on wealth. You're surrendering your future. And what comes next? That's the part no one's talking about. Stay with me. You sat through the controversy. You saw the data. Now you're asking the only question that matters: how do I position myself for AI wealth? Because here's the truth, AI isn't just disrupting jobs. It's creating the greatest wealth transfer in history. And today, I'm giving you the blueprint. Not theory. Not hype. A step-by-step path to turn $50 a month into $10,000 a month. But first, let me tell you about Sarah. She was a graphic designer, making $3,000 a month. Then she learned one skill, AI-powered workflow design. Within 6 months, her income tripled. Not because she worked harder. Because she worked smarter. Therefore, strategy number 1, invest in the infrastructure, NVIDIA. TSMC. Data centers. These aren't just stocks. They're the picks and shovels of the AI gold rush. In 2023, NVIDIA's revenue grew 265%. In 2024, it doubled again. But here's the catch, you don't need to bet the farm. Even $50 a month in a low-cost ETF like SOXX can put you in the game. Wait, it gets better. Strategy number 2, learn the skills, prompt engineering. Workflow automation. These aren't just buzzwords. They're the new literacy. A study from 2025 found that freelancers with AI skills earn 47% more than those without. And the best part? You can learn them in weeks. Not years. But here's where most people stop. They think wealth comes from using AI. Therefore, they missed the real opportunity. Strategy number 3, build or buy AI-powered assets, SaaS tools. Automated content. Digital products. These aren't just side hustles. They're scalable income streams. Imagine owning a YouTube channel that runs itself. Or a SaaS tool that sells while you sleep. That's the power of AI assets. Now, let's talk about the blueprint. Step 1, allocate $50 a month to AI infrastructure. Step 2, Spend 10 hours a week learning AI skills. Step 3. Build or buy one AI-powered asset. Do this for 12 months, and you won't just survive the AI revolution. You'll thrive in it. But, there's a dark side. What if AI disrupts your income stream? Therefore, strategy number 4, hedge against disruption, diversify. Automate. Future-proof. The goal isn't to pick one path. It's to own multiple. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. Now, let's recap. 4 strategies. 1 goal, wealth. But here's the big reveal: which side will you choose? The spectator or the strategist? Because the AI revolution isn't coming. It's here. And the question isn't if you'll adapt. It's how. You've been asking the right question. How do you position yourself for AI wealth? But here's the truth no one's telling you. AI isn't just disrupting jobs. It's not just creating wealth. It's the new industrial revolution. Think about it. The first industrial revolution turned farmers into factory workers. It built empires. It destroyed livelihoods. It rewrote the rules of power. And now, AI is doing the same. But faster. Smarter. More ruthless. The winners? Those who adapt. Who invest. Who build. They saw the future coming. They didn't wait for permission. The losers? Those who resisted. Who ignored. Who waited too long. And here's the part no one talks about. Every revolution has a tipping point. A moment when the old world dies, and the new one is born. We're standing at that moment right now. So let me ask you something. When historians look back at 2026, which side will you be on? The builders? The investors? The early adopters? Or the ones left behind? This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. But here's the final choice. Millionaire or jobless? The clock is ticking. And the revolution? It's already begun. The revolution isn't coming. It's here. And it's moving faster than anyone predicted. You've seen the data. You've heard the warnings. But here's the question you can't ignore: which side will you be on? This isn't a drill. It's a fork in the road. On one side, the millions who'll watch their jobs disappear, their skills become obsolete, their savings evaporate. On the other, the thousands who'll ride the wave, build the future, and claim their share of the $15.7 trillion AI economy by 2030. But here's the catch: you can't wait. The window is closing. Every day you hesitate, someone else takes your seat at the table. So let me ask you again, which side will you choose? The tools are here. The knowledge is here. The only thing missing: your decision. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The roadmap to AI wealth starts now. Hit subscribe. The revolution won't wait for you. You just saw the split screen: left, the unemployment line; right, the private jet. That's not a prediction. It's happening now. In 2026, AI won't just change jobs, it'll erase entire industries overnight. But here's the flip side. The same AI creating chaos is handing out $10,000 a month side hustles to those who act fast. You're standing at a fork in the road. One path leads to the unemployment line. The other? A portfolio pumping out cash while you sleep. The next video breaks it down, step by step, no fluff. We'll cover the exact AI tools, the 3 high-income skills, and the 47-minute setup that turns $0 into $10,000 a month. But here's the catch. This roadmap disappears from your feed if you don't hit subscribe. AI wealth isn't coming, it's here. And the only question is, will you be the one boarding the jet? Drop a comment below, millionaire or jobless, and I'll see you in the next one.